So you've had a conversation or you've done some journaling with your child about bedwetting, and you are feeling pretty confident that the bedwetting really is becoming an issue in your child's life. It's really important that it's your child that's feeling the frustration and problem and not just you. But if you think that it is beginning to have an effect on your child's self-esteem, then it's probably time to take the steps necessary to help your child solve their bedwetting. If a child is 7 or 8 or older, there's really only about a 15% chance that your child's just going to outgrow the bedwetting this year. So taking steps to help that is definitely odds on your best bet. Let's talk about what your options are and what is the best thing you can do to help your child. The very first thing I want to say is, if you haven't talked with your pediatrician or your child's doctor about this, you really do want to have a conversation with them. Once you do talk with the pediatrician, and if he feels that it is just basic nocturnal enuresis, then the first thing I strongly suggest that you do is go into your child's bedroom at night once they're asleep and spend 10 minutes just listening to their breathing. A child should not snore, or you should not notice any kind of sleep apnea where they seem like they stop breathing and then take maybe a deep gasp and continue to breathe. If your child does snore or you notice any kind of sleep apnea, I strongly recommend that you take a video of how your child sounds when he's asleep, he or she is asleep, and take that into your pediatrician or make an appointment with an pediatric ear, nose, and throat doctor. A child this age absolutely should not snore or have sleep apnea. So that's the very first thing I want you to rule out. Number 2, does your child have any kind of allergies? If your child is going to be treated for allergies, I would wait to do anything else until you see if the allergy treatment has an effect on your child's bedwetting. Okay, and I want to try and be as thorough as possible. So another thing that you should check into with a child who wets the bed almost every single night is constipation. There has just been a major study by, I believe it was the Wake Forest medical study, that found a major correlation between bedwetting and constipation. And in the article it states that parents really often did not believe that their child had a constipation issue, but when the pediatrician looked into it further, they ultimately did have a constipation problem. So your child should be having a very soft bowel movement every single day. Every day, and it should be soft, and it shouldn't be like a giant, huge amount. So if your child's bowel movements are just like, holy crap, how can there be that much crap coming out of my 7-year-old? Or if it's 2 or 3 days in between bowel movements for your child, then that is absolutely something that you want to resolve before you take any other steps towards solving the bedwetting. And it's actually possible that if you solve your child's constipation issues, that will then resolve the bedwetting issues. If your child has a constipation issue and you aren't really aware of it, and it's very possible for that to happen, because when a child hits 7, 8, 9 years old, we as moms and dads don't pay as much attention to our kids' bowel movements like we did when they were younger. So do not overlook this. This is very possibly part of your child's problem, and you want to resolve it before you take any other steps in treating bedwetting. You want to talk to your pediatrician or your doctor before taking any steps to change constipation. Basically, what most doctors will recommend is treating a child with Miralax. What the Miralax does is it helps the body retain water and gets the stool to be softer. See if that will resolve your child's bedwetting issues. So definitely do not overlook constipation. Okay, so first you have chatted with your child, journaled with your child, and you are feeling that the bedwetting is having effect on your child's self-esteem. Next, you have done these three things. You've gone into your child's room at night and listened to his breathing to make sure there isn't snoring or sleep apnea. If there is, you have videotaped that and shared it with your pediatrician or an ear, nose, and throat specialist. Then you have checked to see if there are any food or any other types of allergies that are having an effect on your child. Then also you have paid attention to your child's bathroom habits and particularly their bowel movements, and you have not ignored the fact that constipation could be a major issue with your child and what's causing him to have nightly bedwetting. So you've done all those things and your child is still having issues with nightly bedwetting. Then I am going to say that if you believe that the bedwetting is having a negative effect on your child, that they're worried about their friends finding out, that they're worried about the football camp that they want to go to or cheerleading camp, that the bedwetting is definitely causing them to not feel positive about themselves, then I'm going to say that your next step is to talk with your child about using a bedwetting alarm therapy. I want you to know that bedwetting alarm therapy is scientifically proven to be the most effective treatment for a child who continues to wet the bed. Again, what I've said before, a child who wets the bed nightly basically has a brain who, when the child's asleep, the brain is not receiving or registering the signal that the bladder is sending out, hey, I'm full, wake up, go to the bathroom. What a bedwetting alarm will do is it will condition the child's brain to react to the full bladder signal. I would look into it some yourself, get as much information as you can, and I'm going to give you all my suggestions. I know it can be challenging, and just make sure you give your kids lots of hugs and let them know that no matter what, you love them and you're so proud of them, and I wish you absolutely the best, and I really hope that my video has helped you and that the series of videos that I'm going to do will help you along and help your child and guide your family to solve your child's bedwetting issues. I'll talk to you again soon.